I still remember watching the Casey Anthony verdict going, I wonder how much she's going to do. Like, I wonder what big of a sentence she's going to get. Yeah. And then for it to be like, no, you're good. See you later. I was just like, oh my God.
Hello and welcome to the podcast. I'm Nick. That's Kristen. We are married and we do a podcast now. We used to do a morning show, but here we are doing a podcast, and that's fine. We still deliver the same quality that you paid for, that we did on the radio, that you pay for now on our free podcast. And that's saying something.
It really is.
We put in as much effort. Well, not as much effort.
We're committed to the same quality that we're used to putting on the radio. And speaking of quality,
we want to talk about things that are still like affordable and good, because we had some bomb ass pizza today. And you'll never guess where it's from, although if you know, you know.
Might.
All the real ones know.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's a sign of the times. Like, this place is the standout when there is a recession.
Yeah.
The line out the door when the economy's bad is at a Little Caesars.
Yeah.
And Little Caesars used to be like the joke of the pizza world. Like,
I don't know why. I've always loved Little Caesars.
I've always loved Little Caesars too, but it's like you went to Pizza Hut, they had like the sit-down restaurant, right? Like Domino's always kind of hung in there, I guess. Like Round Table was like the expensive good stuff.
Yeah.
The place that you go to after a T-ball game, like, and you get the pitchers of Coke and you had to sit on the table, right? And Little Caesars was always there, hanging in the winds, being the silent hero that the city really needed. Yeah. Because when they introduced the $5 hot and ready, like, it changed my college life, and my young adult life, because I would just slap $6 on the table, get a hot and ready pizza, and every time it was bomb.
Yeah, and even when it's cold-ish, as long as it's hot, it's still pretty good.
Amazing.
Yeah, and they've never tried to get you into the place to sit down.
No, in fact, they've made the place smaller.
Yeah, they're like, no.
It's less welcoming now.
That's not what we want you here. We just get your pizza, get out.
You're like, you want pepperoni or cheese? Get out.
And so we went there today because we couldn't figure out what the hell we wanted to eat. Yeah. We had a late dinner, and Little Caesars popped up on the search, and I was like, let's go to Little Caesars. I wasn't expecting it to, like, it slapped so hard tonight. I'm allowed to say that, even though it's not, like, I'm too old to say that.
Yeah.
But, like, that's how hard it slapped. It made me cool.
Yeah.
It was hot, ready,
it was
cheesy.
Delicious.
Came with, like, crazy bread that was, like, deliciously fluffy and buttery and like, man.
It was
$10.
It was an excellent pizza, and considering how expensive it is to go to like places like McDonald's now, the three of us at McDonald's, you, me, and a child, it's like $37 for the whole thing, which is outrageous.
And then you got to eat
McDonald's,
like half-assed McDonald's food. Yeah,
disgusting.
Whereas whoever made this pizza at Little Caesars was in the zone.
Yeah,
like
this was their calling in life.
It was dripping. It was just delicious. It was like and like I got it on my pants. I'm sure you can't tell, but I got it on my pants. Kristen's trying to hide. I've got
my grease stain because we ate it in the car like animals. It was amazing, and it kind of got us thinking about like, okay, there's not a lot left, because we can complain until the day is long of how everything has gone bad. Yeah,
McDonald's is expensive. The toys are all terrible at McDonald's. That whole route is like, par for everything.
Well, and we talked about Chipotle. Like, how Chipotle back in the day, it was like, you paid the money, you paid a little bit more, right?
Yeah, but
you
it was
got this like really fresh product, and it was really good. And slowly the product has just declined to the point where it's like, I don't ever eat there anymore because it's so gross. Same with like Panera. Like at one point, Panera was still expensive, but it felt fresh and it felt like a healthy option.
You were the snob. You could afford
Panera
good
bread,
Panera. Like,
right?
I'm going to fast food, but it's Panera.
And then now you go and it's like a half-wilted salad put together by somebody who's got a cigarette hanging out of his mouth in the back. It's just like everything about it is just bad, and like it's half what it used to be.
And they have 1,000 things now. If you've been to a Panera, it's got. I like some of the new additions. I was like, oh, okay, I like that you're adding stuff. Yeah. You're making it crazy. But now it's like, what are you doing, Panera?
There's flatbread. There's pastas. It's like, no, you just make sandwiches.
Just make sandwiches,
and soups and salads and do bagels. Like, that's all anyone ever comes to Panera for.
Yeah.
But anyways, like, so we could talk about how things have gotten more expensive and how they're worse now.
Yeah.
For forever. I could do a 24-hour nonstop filibuster podcast.
Easy list.
Easy to do that. But like, what's the thing that's still like economy like friendly
Yeah.
and still good. Little Caesars tops the list.
Yeah, In-N-Out is up there. I know a lot of people that don't appreciate In-N-Out, and that's
okay,
fine.
but
the ingredients are fresh.
Yep.
It tastes good every time. It's hot. It's delicious. It's juicy. It's well cooked.
Under $10 for a person.
And yeah, we go there
amazing.
for like $25. All three of us eat. So it's like,
Yeah.
you can't get that anywhere. It's tough, man. I can't really think of a lot of places. Baskin Robbins is terrible.
Baskin Robbins, if you go into the store, half of the ice cream has freezer burn on it.
Yeah.
And half of it's melted. Like, I went in a couple weeks ago. Lily has karate, and there's a Baskin Robbins right there. We're like, let's stop in and get a cone or whatever. And I was like, oh, I'll take that. And they're like, are you sure? And I was like, oh my God, what do you mean? What do you mean am I sure? And they're like, it's been sitting in the sun all day. I'm like, what do you mean it's been sitting in the sun all day?
It's like the sun could go through
because the sun was coming through the window or whatever and hitting this glass case. And I was like, that seems like a design flaw for an ice cream shop when it's warm weather 6 months out of the year.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
I'm trying to think outside of food even, if there's even products that I trust anymore that I used to, like Sony's garbage now.
Yeah.
Can't try, like, I mean, Apple... Still, you're paying.
Apple's not a good product.
I feel like I'm paying the same price for Apple that I was back then.
But you're not getting anything.
It's nothing new and innovative, but it is good. Like the quality of the products.
I don't know. I would argue that.
I don't know. Play with someone's non-iPhone for like 10 minutes.
No, I know.
And then be like, "Why is this so slow?" And then use your iPhone. And
but there's stuff that other countries have that is far superior to ours, and the fact that it's being gate kept from us because Apple's supposed to be this American product that we're supposed to get behind. It's like, I don't care anymore. I just want to bet a good product.
Yeah, there's definitely stuff out there.
With foreign competition as far as I care.
That's fine,
It's going to make things better.
But of the stuff we have, they've stayed quality.
But it's always been so expensive. I mean, there's a huge majority of the population that cannot even afford it.
They have a cheaper version now, but like, not to be like an Apple fanboy or anything, but
you are though.
I have a Mac. Gross. I have a Mac that's 2011 that runs fine. And I have a Mac now that's from 2018, and it runs fine. Like, if you take care of your Apple stuff, it will last forever. Whereas a PC, no matter how good you treat it, how good your laptop was, 3 years and you're done. It's just over.
I mean, I guess. Like, and you could say the same thing now. I know it's way off topic, but like, we just had to replace our washer and dryer that we had only had for like 5 years.
Yeah, the Samsung, right?
And it was a Samsung, and the guy was like, yeah, these are only made to last like 5 years. You're going to have to replace it like every 5 years. I'm like, it used to be you bought a washer and a dryer.
Pass it down to your kids.
A dishwasher, a refrigerator, a microwave. And that's like what you had for 20 years.
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh, let's upgrade. Or it's not working as well as it used to be.
Yeah,
or you could
this one's got a window
parts.
now. Yeah.
You could buy the parts for it to fix it. And it's like, now it's like, oh, so now my washer and dryer are just going into an enormous landfill because the one tiny part that's broken costs more than the entire thing. I might as well just buy a brand new one.
Pretty much,
It's outrageous.
Well, what's your thing? What else do you got?
I don't know. Like, I was thinking about it. Like, I know we were talking about the Dairy Queen. And, like, dipped cone still slaps. I don't know how much it is anymore.
It's true. Yeah, the price. We went to Dairy Queen. I always had this weird craving for Dairy Queen for the last couple of days. And I went and got a medium blizzard, and she got a small blizzard. And I think it was $20.
Right, that's pretty
in
tough.
between 15 and $20, which is, I used to think it was like $3 or $4. But that's, prices are going up.
I understand.
But it was still good.
But comment if you can think of one, because like I can't think of one off the top of my head right now. That's what I sort of had.
If something popped in your head that's not Little Caesars, but if not, Little Caesars is ruining.
Little Caesars running the game.
Yeah, running away with it. All right. Well, thank you to Clark County Trash Pandas, by the way, for sponsoring our video. Go check them out at clarkcountytrashpandas.com. Good news. Brandon met with the person who Brandon's the owner of the Trash Pandas, who met with someone that's going to now establish the online store.
Thank goodness.
And we are close to having shirts and merch available. He says that every time he gets it, someone buys it all. So he's like, I've been trying to get the store up. We finally got the store up. So, well, it's not yet. It's coming.
If people are buying everything, how is that not motivating him to like get the store up and running?
It's probably difficult.
Make your money, Brandon.
It's probably difficult. Like he's still shoestringing it. Like it's still.
I know. I'm just
we got to get that first season to win the Lily and then get all the money.
Right.
But yeah, so go check them out. ClarkCountyTrashPandas.com. Merch is coming. So we have to talk about it. We haven't mentioned it the whole time, but now the case is in deliberation. The jury is now figuring out guilty or not guilty for the Lindsay Clancy case, and I only dabble in here and there. I know what happened.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't sit and watch the whole thing. I see some clips on TikTok, but I know a lot of that's misinformation. So it's like, I'm just trying to get the facts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But one of the things that stood out is that they had to call in her therapist, right? Or
her medical team,
her
like
medical
her psychiatrists and therapists and things.
And this is something that you have to worry about. And I wanted to kind of get your take on that. So far, you haven't been called into court case or anything like that.
I haven't, no.
But it is a possibility, and some of your friends say it happens a lot.
I've had to supply information for court.
Okay.
But I've never been like subpoenaed or anything.
Like at some point, you may have to sit in front of a judge for like 6 hours and answer questions about some dude you barely know. Yeah.
Right. It's challenging because like one of the things that I've seen a lot of people talking about negatively is that a lot of the therapists are like, I cannot recall. Like, I don't recall.
Yeah.
I don't know what she said. All this kind of stuff. And people are like, how could you not know? And it's like, this is one of maybe 40 or 50 clients that this person sees a month, right? Like, or maybe even more. Like, if it's not in the notes, we don't remember it outside of the walls.
Yeah.
And even if it is something that we remember, if it's not in the notes, we don't say it.
Oh, interesting.
Because,
okay.
like, if somebody comes to me and says, you know, oh, I got this orange cat, and like it's a super cute orange cat, and I don't put it in my notes, and somebody in the court asks me like, oh, did they have an orange cat? I have to be like, I don't recall, because technically that's not like if it's not in the notes,
becomes like hearsay, right?
Yeah, if it's not in the notes, then it like didn't happen, right?
That makes sense.
I sympathize a lot with the medical team because it's like, well, what do you think? Like a lot of speculatory, like, well, what was her mood like? And it's like, well, I wrote down that she seemed energetic and happy.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, didn't she have bags under her eyes? And it's like, I don't like, I can't write, you know, you can't.
Yeah, that's true.
But with all that said, I think from what I've seen,
Fair.
I'm not a juror in the court case.
Yeah.
But I think that there was a lot of opportunities to help and intervene that weren't given to her. Normally when somebody calls like a crisis line multiple times, like there is a team that kind of wraps around her and goes, okay, what can we do? How can we protect this person, right? I know there's ROIs, like releases of information, and some therapists can't talk to each other, and like everything's confidential, so that makes things really hard.
Yeah.
We can't just call another therapist and be like, hey, do you have Lindsay Clancy as your you can't even say that, right? You have to be like, I have a client that may see you that is experiencing some difficulty. Like, it's very challenging.
Which is good and bad, obviously.
Which is good and bad. And, like, confidentiality is, like, our number one thing after safety.
Yeah.
Like, we want to keep you safe. We want to keep it confidential, right? And so those things are really challenging. But I think there was a lot of missed opportunities to keep her safe. Whether that falls strictly on bad behavior on the therapist or this idea of, like, what the insurance companies allow.
Yeah.
And, like, that's where things get really challenging because, like, I've been in situations where it's like, hey, I need you to provide documentation for me to seek hospitalization. And it's like, oh, no, your insurance won't recognize me as somebody to do that because they want one of their providers to do it.
Yeah.
And so it's like my hands are completely out of the cookie jar because the insurance company won't let me get involved.
Yeah.
And so therefore, and I can't call the insurance company and be like, hey, my client, because of confidentiality.
Yeah,
so
interesting.
It's really challenging. And like, there's a lot of cogs that are in place right now. I ultimately think that there was some failures done
that they could talk about.
That they could make a case for. But this is what I'm seeing off clips.
Yeah.
And I'm not a juror, so like I know that I'm probably not getting the full scope of things.
Yeah, and so I wonder how long the debate's going to go. And I mean, this is our podcast. This is Friday, so maybe by Monday. But I mean, I doubt it. I feel like this is going to take a minute.
There has been cases where I'm like, this is a slam dunk guilty.
Yeah.
Or this is a slam dunk not guilty. And I've been shocked and appalled. Like, I still remember watching the Casey Anthony verdict going, I wonder how much she's going to do. Like, I wonder what big of a sentence she's going to get. Yeah. And then for it to be like, nope, you're good. See you later. I was just like, oh my God. So like,
yeah, it's going to be interesting.
I don't know how this is going to go, and I'm not going to speculate.
Yeah, I see both, like, from what I'm hearing, I'm like, I hope, yeah. It's gonna be.
You just never know.
It's gonna be interesting. So
And to really quick cover my ass on the Casey Anthony thing. Like, I'm not a juror sitting through it all the time. I'm getting the clips on TikTok or social media or whatever. And so to me, it's like, it seems very obvious.
Yeah.
It must be very difficult to be a juror.
Oh man, and I want to be a juror. But I don't want to be
Not
a juror.
for something like that.
Not for something like this.
No.
But at the same time, you're like, man, this is like,
it's
this
fascinating,
is the juicy stuff, but it's probably
But I don't
want to
make $5.75 an hour or a day or whatever it is to be away from my family for 6 months. All right, what's our question of the day?
Let's run away to blank. Fill in the blank. Let's run away to...
Let's run away to blank. I think I would go Scotland. Okay. Let's run away to Scotland.
Did you like Scotland that much?
I loved Scotland. Okay. And there was a couple times we walked by realtors and we were like, let's just see what that house is going for, you know?
That's true.
And there was a couple times where we were driving on islands or we saw islands where we were like, I have screenshots. You're like, screenshot what that is because I would live there. Yeah. And I think that would be really lovely. Okay. It's a much slower existence, which I think would be challenging but also wonderful.
Yeah, it seemed all the people we met were really nice. Yeah. And so it seems like a different culture there, which is kind of nice. Yeah. For me, I wasn't thinking that far away. I was like, let's run away to like San Francisco, and just it was so much fun. It was just like being in the city and walking around. Let's get some lobster.
You and your New England lobster.
Let's drive down to San Jose, get a steak at Texas Roadhouse. Yeah. or just like a nice steak anywhere, and just
San Francisco meant relax. A lot to you.
It was cool. Like it was a city I really always wanted to live in. Yeah. And then, like the house we lived in was really nice, and we lived right next to the water where you could look across and see the Bay Bridge. Yeah. And the skyline was just amazing. It I don't know.
Golden Gate Bridge here, skyline, and then the Bay Bridge. It was a fabulous place to live.
Working in downtown, like we lived in the heart, like we worked right in the heart of it, and so you just like, I want to live in a walking city. Yeah. I think it's really cool. Like we had a brief moment, and for the brief moment, I was like, man, this is so dope to just like walk to the grocery store and walk down to this bar or walk down. Like I could see it being a cool life if you don't have kids.
Yes, it's a very much a single person's career. You and I had a very different experience of living in San Francisco because at the time I was in a wheelchair. Yeah. And San Francisco is not wheelchair accessible. No. It is not like disabled friendly in any kind of way. Yeah. And so it was incredibly miserable for me because I sat in an apartment watching you like walk to the grocery store and do all these things. Watching you huff and puff as you were trying to roll me up hills. It was miserable.
Eventually you did work in the city though, but like on feet.
Right, but I moved still with crutches. And like I never got to experience the kind of walkability of living in San Francisco. That's true. It wasn't until later that I could like walk around, but then I had to cross the Bay Bridge to get home. Yeah, it sucked having to go home. But it was just I don't know, the bridges were really cool. It was cool it's a beautiful place to live. Yeah, it's wonderful.
It was a nice mix of, it was city, but it didn't feel like city. Yeah. But it was city. So
it was good.
But thank you for watching and have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you on Monday.